Hello, and welcome back to the Waking Class podcast. Welcome to John and Susan again. And this is a really exciting session because it's almost come about by accident, although there's no accidents. I'll give you guys a bit of background. Within past sessions, there's been a lot of energy. Susan in particular has felt it and talked about it, John too, and even myself. With Susan's guidance, we decided to explore and see what happens, what this energy is, what it means, and hopefully we can all understand it a little bit better. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Susan and we'll get started and see where we go. Susan?
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm just going to let you know that before we came into this, I was just feeling in with spirit and I set up some sacred geometry and I guess energy fields around us individually as well as a group so that we can receive whatever needs to come through today. And the overarching structure seems to be like there's like an inverted pyramid above this group energy, but it's feeding white light through what looks like an amplitahedron. So I don't know if you know that shape, but it's like a quantum butterfly, which is transformation. And I just keep seeing this flowing movement of what that energy is, which is really beautiful, coming into our group energy field. That underlying noise there, it just it reminds me of crickets. Like, when I'm in a field in Australia, laying in the, when you go out camping, I don't know if you know or not, but that reminds me of just crickets in the field, and I'm just listening to them, and it's like they're all communicating. But it makes me think of a hive mind where everyone's like interconnected, and what is that interconnectedness that's weaving into and through? It feels very, my heart just keeps like beating so hard and it's vibrating all the way down through my arms. It's like a heat as well. Like I can see like all the veins of the arms, the blood supply all looks like different colors and vibrations, but it's not in a coherence, which is really interesting that it doesn't, that energy needs to anchor into something like a different energy field of some sort. But I'm not fully understanding the relevance of what this level of energy is around the three of us in this group setting at the moment. I'm seeing, I can only tell you what I'm seeing at the moment, and just following the clues, but it looks like different galactic ships, which is not something I see very often, but it's almost like they're showing me the interpretation of gifts. So, and as I'm saying that, it feels like, like heat is just coming through my body, like streams of code and downloads. I'm feeling it very down through this side of the head.
I'm feeling it down the sides of my ears at the moment, which is unusual.
Is it both ears or just the
Yeah,
one?
both actually, both. It's almost at the same time.
Yeah, right. Because actually, it's through the ear, the heat through here, but it feels further down through like those lymph areas through the back of the neck. I just know my hands are shaking with the energy. And they're actually showing me an interpretation. Like if you imagine there's all these, like, and I don't know how many there are, but these galactic ships, and they're different shapes and different sizes, but it's almost like they're showing me there's like a platform or an connectedness, whether it's a tunnel or a platform that interconnects all these different ships and the communication between all those different places. Oh, so it's coming into a circle. So it's like creating I don't know the word, maybe a headquarters or it doesn't feel like the right word, but I keep saying gift. It's a gift. It's opening up the heart to it's just this explosion of the heart space.
You hear that frequency at the moment, that really, my ears ringing, but I'm wondering if you're hearing it through the same thing. It's like really, really high pitched ringing.
I am hearing a noise. It's almost becoming pain though, but it's only on my left side. Are
Yeah,
you feeling anything, Cam?
it's only my left. Yeah, I heard it on the last recording.
As soon as you started talking, Susan, and it hasn't stopped. So, although I don't understand it, I know something's going on. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to keep my mouth glued shut, actually, so it doesn't come across that way.
Very throat energy, feeling it here as well. And they're showing me this context of like the throat chakra. And like it's like it's changing. Like they're showing me this, if something's transforming and it's inside, a soft, it's almost like something's being born, and it's like a being or they're showing me it's a concept of some sort, but if you imagine like a baby animal and it's like pushing around inside this sack of something before it's going to be born, and that's what the throat chakra is looking like. So around communication, I guess, and what's birthing and coming forth. And then as they're showing me this heart space and these codes are coming in, it's like the toric field that connects to that signature frequency of this shared space, and what this shared space to purify, to cleanse. It's like looking down a tunnel of light, but it's within that tunnel, if you imagine, there's this structure that all of, like if it was like a tunnel of bricks before, it's all changing and shifting and becoming these crystalline structures and shapes, and this network of different sacred geometry, which is an overall combination of that shared space of what is John, Kam, and Susan, and that frequency refining through this anchored light and this gift. They just keep saying gift, which helps to birth this vibration, this energy. But they're saying it's like, they're showing me all 5 senses. It's not just about one sense and one ability. It's the coming together of, okay, so if we're individuals, it's the combination, the refining of that shared space together. And that is what the 5 senses are. It's like everything works best when you're not relying on one thing over another thing, but it's the totality of bringing everything into a vibration in alignment of that physical, metaphysical, energetic. But they're showing me, sorry, they're unwinding contracts. They're showing me contracts and understanding the context of the contracts of what is, okay. So they're saying what has been waiting. It's a funny word to use, but prophesized to come forth, to come online. But it had to be the coming together of certain vibrations. And I think this is what a lot of you're doing, Kam, as you are doing this, and you're bringing different people online. So essentially, if this is the starting point, this is allowing those codes to anchor in, and for your energy and frequency to then be able to hold the space for everyone that you're bringing into this coming forth. So this awakening, so to speak, this community can grow and can evolve, and it's like the seeding information. So you just being and just doing what you do to hold space, to communicate and listen. This whole idea, it's like these frequencies had to be the start point for everything else to open up, because all of a sudden all these other pathways open up. It's really interesting. Still this pain, this like,
I'm feeling it as well, Susan. It's just down the left side of my face and my temple. Not pain, but I'm feeling the numbness coming.
yeah, it's like a oppression. It's almost like a switch has been flicked off previously within this energy networks that is not allowing that intuitive information to flow through. I don't know if it's you guys and your influence and what you connect to in soul group, but I don't normally see galactic beings, and I'm seeing this little being just wandering in and going, "Here you go, this is what you need." It's like serving it on a silver platter, and so I just like open up this like little like book essentially, and I'm just receiving the codes to I mean, I see it coming in and absorbing, so that becomes shared space in this space that we are to transform. And it actually appears as we're doing this that there are, it's like, because the aspects of our soul are across different dimensions or parallel or whatever else, but there are certain aspects that haven't come online. So when we're looking at the shared space, if I keep focusing on that who are we as a group and what is being shown to us, but what needs to be called back in alignment to our experiences in the past, relevant to the present, and calling back. But as we're calling back, it's almost like, and I mentioned to you previously, Kam, how they set up this like this filter of filtering energy as it's coming into my field, which is amazing. And so as these experiences from the past, they're passing through this filter, and it's almost like they're shedding and cleansing and moving in clean, and then it's just this sound of is going back into our own energy field, which is really interesting. Is that discomfort easing, John?
It's not a real discomfort. It's something I feel, and I have been for the past couple of months, and it's been building up. It started in a QHHT session, or the left side. It felt as if someone had done this to the left side of my brain, just to say, right, you stay quiet for the next few hours, just to allow the right side to bring through the messages. But I know in meditation now, it's as if someone's doing this and just quieting down the whole front of my face. And even the other day, it was the whole of the front of my face, and as if this was happening. I described it as if I was wearing a helmet. And it feels as if, I don't know, it's either, as you say, someone's switching off things in my brain, or maybe it's getting switched on. I really don't know. I'd love to find out what's happening, because it's a really strong sensation. As we were sitting there, I was trying to go into an open eye meditation, which I've never done before. But as you were just talking and I was just quiet, I could feel it growing away down. It went right down to my chin, as if the energy's slowly spreading down to here. But usually I need to shut my eyes to kind of get these feelings building. So as I'm talking now, it's kind of disappeared. I know if I went quiet again, it would build. And I'm feeling it down my kidneys. That's the sensation that, like, the energy's starting to build. I was getting the chills down the sides of my back as well as my face.
That's interesting, because I was having pain down through there earlier today. As I said, the energy since I woke up this morning's been. But now that you're talking and you're describing all this, I'm getting like someone stabbing in my ear, the right ear this time, not the left. But I can still feel this dense energy through here. What are you feeling at the moment, Kam?
I think every time you guys talk about what's going on the left-hand side of your brain, my teeth start chattering. Whatever you guys are feeling, that's how it's coming through to me. It's obviously in a different way. But what you said earlier about creating a space to allow this awakening, or whatever description you want to call it, I think that really resonates, because that's what, in terms of my own messaging, that's what I've had so much of the last few years, is I have to do what I do so people with their various skills, like you and John, can really shine and do what you do and really bring that awakening and consciousness change, or whatever what it is you do. But
That is
yeah,
100% full body confirmation as you're saying that. I feel like I was just stuck in a box of fruit tingles.
I mean, that's great, because it's a lot of validation for doing this, because I would have never have done anything like this, so I mean, that's great to hear. And I think when you were talking as well, it's almost like these formative recordings that we're doing and trying to understand why we're doing it and what we're doing, when there's a million other podcasts and articles written out there. I think maybe what happens now is going to be more relevant in the future. I think with however it's going to develop, But again, the thoughts that were coming through me when you were talking, because of this, Susan and John, people will see this who are never going to be, your local clients or connect with you on some of the meetups that we do. This is going to go to a different audience, and people that you may not have reached just because of the different links that we all have. So yeah, I'm feeling the energy is really strong. I really wanted to close my eyes as well when you were talking, Susan, but
yeah, I am actually, there's obviously, again, a lot of energy because to open my eyes is a real struggle. When I was trying to look at what John was showing me before, I'm like, how do I get my eyes open? As you're talking, Kam, there's also a lot of energy down the back. It feels almost like a rigidity that needs to, like the old constructs need to be released to allow that greater freedom of those leading edge conversations that really awaken people, and hear that throat energy again, feeling really stuck. It's almost like the tension in the heart sort of makes me think that there's been something that you're holding on to in the past that's, and whether it's this life or another experience somewhere else, but, a fear of that turning on the light bulb for all to see, essentially.
again, I think that resonates.
And I was just going to say, John, as well with you that, like they keep showing it to me almost like a helmet, actually. Like it's time to lift the helmet up and just take the whole bloody thing off. So, and I
Happy
know
to do
you've
that.
been asking for it, so I don't understand why it hasn't happened.
I mean, that numbness and tingling that I've been feeling, I've been inviting it because I've been enjoying it and thinking it was a development of my meditation rather than a hindrance. It was a benefit, and I do feel I feel my third eye opening now with a pressure here, and I get the visuals inside. So that's definitely a new development that I'm really enjoying. But I don't know what the full face sort of numbness and head, whether it's positive or whether it's actually closing me down.
The word that's coming to me is awareness. Like you're gaining awareness. But in that awareness, I think there's also, because like the way you're describing it, as you're describing it, I can like see the energy centers, but they don't feel fully active. It's like they're, and when I was saying, sorry, just when you were talking before, Kam, just to keep switching between us, when you were talking, it was almost like they were showing me a bucket where you're here to help hold space, like as running this and starting this podcast, you're holding this space, but there's a hole in the bucket. So there's a piece missing for you to fully embody what you need to be doing. And then with you, John, they were showing me your light and these energy centers, but it's almost like there's parts of those information pathways that are not active, and therefore the information is coming through, but it's there's an awareness, but it's not fully online.
Yeah, I could accept that. I mean, I think I've developed a lot over the past year, but maybe I'm not at the end of the journey yet, so I'm quite happy with that interpretation that it's moving along. I've become more aware, certainly. I'd love to know what to do to become fully aware. Can you ask them?
Mm-hmm.
Just say, look, just switch me on, for goodness sake. Stop messing about. I said that a few times, but they're not listening.
There's a lot of energy in here, and again, it's coming back through that left side again, through in the ear, behind the ear. It seems to be again a lot around here, which I'm wondering if it's like, I don't know if you can give context, but they're showing me like a megaphone being stuck in the ear. It's like this concept of they're talking, but nobody's hearing them. So stick a megaphone in there so it can be heard or received. Or it's interesting.
Well, I'd like to think that I'm listening to everything that they're saying, but maybe I'm not. But I mean, I do have ringing in my ears. I got that about 3 years ago, and it's just never really went away. So every day, when I wake up, my ears are ringing, and so I don't know if
Yeah, when
that.
you're saying that, they're showing me that it's they're showing it on a ladder. It's not a staircase, it's a ladder, but you're climbing up this light rungs. But you still got a little way to go.
I would accept.
It's all you'll be given it as and when you're ready,
Yeah.
but it's like that drip feed, so you're not overwhelmed. But as far as this energy goes, for the three of us, as a group, as individuals, for what needs to be received, and looking at this overall contract or divine moment that has brought us all in, it seems that something is ready to trigger, and we're receiving the streams of code, because that looks like it's coming in, and I can actually see how it's shifting through these pathways, which I think is why this energy keeps moving and shifting, and then also down through those spinal channels of what is the physical, the kundalini, the governing meridian, that history of everywhere we've been, reharmonizing back down and through, so those dense structures are no longer substantiated, and whatever this coming together represents moving forward, even if we don't see that totality of the full picture at the moment, that we can embody what's next, that next step. That here we've come together, we've honored that moment, and we've said yes, and that is, I'm just showing me a big green tick on the contract. Yep, okay, accepted. Let's do that. To allow that reharmonization, and it's almost it kind of feels like a wave going through me. So just consciously, just yes, I'm embodying that and take that for what it is. And all this help, that's just, I find that so interesting that I'm seeing these galactic ships and that interconnectedness and communication. So it's almost like many different races and soul groups, and I think that's what a podcast represents as well, that that connection to the wisdom that isn't just one person's idealism, but it's the totality of all these galactic beings are going to be communicating through the different people that you bring forth, which is incredible, because that's exactly what's needed, this awakening. And every time someone's speaking and moving through this space that's being held, then that is planting more seeds, which is creating this beautiful ripple out, because all these bits, it's only when everyone's coming together that the true realization of the big picture is understood.
I got full confirmation of that, Susan, as you were speaking right down through me. It was quite something.
How's that energy, Cam? Is that jaw still? You don't want to break your teeth at all.
Every time you speak, Susan, every time your wisdom's coming out, I'm feeling it, and this doesn't happen. The reason we done this, recorded this, is because in your previous two, I was feeling it really strongly, and it's quite new. And what I'm feeling now, I'm thinking, this is the first one we've recorded where it hasn't been controlled. We're just being guided, and it's a safe space for you to do that. And so I almost feel like this is the next step now. We think, okay, we've built the structure, and now it's time to let people communicate however they want to, without any fear or anything, and just let's receive the messaging, and have that environment that guests can do that.
100% confirmation right through my body, right down to the tips of my toes there.
Okay, so how do we fix that hole then? That's a nice 3D question for you. How do we fix the hole in the bucket to allow
They're
this?
already doing that. Sorry, I didn't make that clear. But once I see something, then we bring in the codes to repair that so that it can hold space correctly. That's what we're here for. Everything we're seeing, we're understanding, and then that energy is moving through. I just keep seeing there's like rivers of code coming down, and then how that's moving through us, and then from that physicality of who we are individually and together, it's kind of like rippling out through the matrix. It's coming into those crystalline grids and creating new portals of information. So that's all being looked after, don't worry. So once we see it, we understand it, we acknowledge, and yes, please, we want to fix that. They've got you, is what I'm saying.
So it's a very human question. Please help me.
John, it's interesting. I was just thinking about that numbness that you're feeling, and they're showing me a context of It's almost like a syringing through like medical procedure where they're trying to flush something out and they're like syringing in, and it's almost like trying to clear out some sort of anesthetic so that you get full feeling, which is really interesting. Everything's really interesting. Sorry. Okay, what else do we need to understand or know? Anyone got any thoughts that are coming to them? You're quite welcome to talk.
Just quickly, sorry, John, in a second, is whenever I think of John and we know what we know about John, in that he's things have happened really quick and he's just open to receive and open to learn. It's almost like, how much faster can it go? But it's brilliant that let's unlock, let's go for it. I just imagine that, the orange man, everything's just going to explode. It's gonna explode into this being. But yeah, it's really wonderful to hear this, and you're so open to receive and make the changes and integrate them. It's brilliant.
Oh, definitely. I'm bringing it on. But I realise it is going fast for me. It is. So I'm not being greedy, but I'm willing and open for things to move along as fast as they possibly can.
And I think that's brilliant too, because it's by asking and by embodying and taking those day-to-day steps, breath by breath, step by step, day by day, that we truly can step into that space. And we don't know, what it looks like now, and we think we know, but then there's been so many times I've looked over the last 10 years and I've looked back and I've gone, wow, and here I thought I was just like doing so well. And now look where I am, and I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't even know to envision that would be possible. And yet it's that what they were showing us, that drip feeding the codes and the information where and as we're ready to receive, so that we are not becoming overwhelmed, but always in alignment to those next steps needing to be taken, in confidence, in the trust of everything being guided as it needs to be. I just think this
sorry,
is going.
just
Sorry.
to go back to your point when you asked if we'd anything to say, the fact that the Galactic crafts were there at the start is really interesting, because it's such a big topic on the internet at the moment that people are talking about the Galactic Federation being here to move Ascension along, and they've been here for a long time, and it's building to a crescendo, and I'm very interested in it. I mean, anything. There's so much information out there, I can't take it all in, but I'm always kind of trying to keep my finger on who's talking about what. So it's amazing that you've come in with that topic as the opening topic of today's sort of podcast.
What strikes me is that, I mean, they're still there and I can still see them, but it's almost like they're moving in different formations, but it's not like they're moving within soul groups, or like if you would talk about Acturians or Syrians or Lyrans, or they're everyone is coming together and everyone is intermingled within. But I see everything in sacred geometry. It almost looks like that changing shape and structure of the way the ships are positioning, so that the energy is channeling through individuals or situations, and the elevation of the activations that are coming into the planet, so that reflection in the greater dimensional parallel aspects of the quantum field are all being supported. It's like the link that is Earth is getting stronger due to situations like this, where people are coming together and going, yes, we agree, and we're moving into that greater soul mission. We accept that, and we want to heal into that. And then that opens the pathway for what comes next, for that next step, for that next breath. And, even this, somewhere along the line, at some point in space, people will be feeling that energy, and that starts waking them up, because all of a sudden there's a new awareness. Like, you don't know what you don't know. You can't see what you can't see. But as soon as someone opens the gateway of that frequency, like I saw that, and then all of a sudden, it opens that frequency gateway where others can then receive it also, where previously maybe they hadn't been able to.
Yeah. And what you're saying, again, it aligns with you saying that they're all there and they're all intermingled. I mean, that's what's been said. I mean, this is the hottest ticket in the universe, is what's happening in the Earth at the moment. I mean, they're all invested in our ascension, because the knock-on effects for everyone else. They kind of need humans. They need the new version of the humans to benefit everyone else out there. So everyone's invested and they're all here watching the show and kind of helping us along where they can without free will, without kind of denying our free will, I suppose.
They just showed me the core energy channel of each of us, but also within a greater light beam. I don't know what to call it. Technical names just evade me quite often. But they're sending through the totality of that light beam, and it looks like, again, a very specific frequency. It's like a harmonization of it's a frequency, but they're showing it to me like if you split pure white light, the color frequencies, they're showing me how different ones, like if you're playing a piano, how different ones are highlighting at different moments to bring in a formula that is then activating what each of us is needing, because I can feel it again through the throat, through this energy in you, Kam, through this energy, John, and through me as well, through this area. So again, I think that harmonization and think of the word, it feels like a rewiring of what the like the synapse, the neural networks, the processes, and how the blood supply beats in time with the electrical pulses, with the circadian rhythm, how everything is just incrementally shifting, like changing the sorry, words are hard sometimes, changing the tuning on the radio station so that it is in more alignment to receive the messages that are needing to be received. It just all feels like fine tuning is essentially what I'm trying to say in short.
Okay. No, we got that, definitely. I'm shaking like a leaf now. I mean, I'm just, it's almost like a nervous excitement that is picked up.
And there's this energy, it almost feels like, and they're showing it me in relation to not individual, but to the trinity of this situation, but like a blanket, not a blanket, it's more like it feels like metal of some sort that is inhibiting connection back through the soul memories. Like they always show me the back of the head is the pathway into the consciousness corridor. Imagine walking down a corridor and accessing all your lifetimes, all your memories. But it's almost like something to do with this situation. There's something resistant and blocked there. So we're just asking for that to be released and removed. Sorry, sometimes the words get stuck when they're working.
Such a high pitched ring in my left ear at the moment. It just turned on as you said that. They were removing.
And then allowing for that. Still working. Sorry, give me a minute. Okay. So that's been. It's almost like. Oh, they're so good. Honestly, it's like all of a sudden they took that off, and within, it's like I'm often in my own consciousness corridor, but it's almost like there's been this. It looks like a blank wall, which I didn't even know there should be a door on, has just opened up, and that's the corridor that exists within the wisdom of who we've been together in past lives, existence, wherever, whenever, lifetimes, planets, whatever. But it's like that's just opened up for us to explore. So any of you can explore that at your will. That's amazing. Woo! If we could call back those memories and invite them back in, so that these codes are more substantiated and anchored then through the heart, then anchored down into the crystalline grids, so that think of it like as this is happening, that pure energy and information is able to think of it that they're showing me the tree ants and how they communicate through the roots, like the mushrooms, whatever you want to call it. These plants that communicate through the roots. And so as we're connecting through the grids in this clean energy, this openness of that energy, So it feels really good. But it's like a vibration, it's like a calling card that those that are meant to align will come somehow, will come into alignment, but it's more like all of a sudden the universe has that roadmap, and that roadmap has been unlocked and opened. Like they're showing me that was one of the gifts. Okay, it took me a while to get there. Sorry. So the universe has the roadmap now to help guide people in. So when you're asking, you'll receive. We'll receive. Individually, together, whatever that looks like. But we had to apparently come together to be able to access that, which opens to others. It's sort of like it's the beginning of the roadmap. Now fighting, go, be limitless.
That's exciting.
It is exciting because I feel everyone's got a very big mission ahead, but it's very well supported. Very well supported. Does anyone have any questions?
Just shaking now, so like really shaking with the
They
shutters
put
missing.
it to a rhythm.
Yep.
It'll help it flow through. Movement will help the energy to settle and anchor more fully. But yeah, keep harmonizing back through that spinal channel. If you imagine the physical with that energy channels that we spoke about, and all just coming into vibrational alignment, and the core of the energy just. Remember, every heartbeat, boom, boom, everything's coming into alignment. That intention, boom, 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 boom. Everything just coming into vibrational alignment, the physical with the totality of who you are.
So should we access this new knowledge and this route map through meditation individually, Susan? I'm thinking, how do I tap in? And
The short answer is yes, but it's also going to feel very organic. They're just saying, because it's like, like the synchronicities and the opportunities, and when you're putting out intentions, things are organically going to more easily open and find their way. I mean, you've already told us of so many amazing things, John, that have happened to you, but it's similar to that. The ideas, the clarity, the epiphanies, the awareness of the steps to take to get from A to B, because you're going to be divinely guided through those thoughts and messages. But if you want to assertively more connect into something, then yeah, you can, do those mindful practices to go deeper and explore what that truly means and what else may be there to unlock, because it also feels like we're like the tip of the iceberg at the moment, and what lay beneath that is a plethora of limitless. So what is it exactly you want to call in, and call it in, just ask, and it's there now. It's open to be received. It's like we've just used the master key on the lock and opened the gates.
just
It's
thinking about
something.
QHT. Sorry, Cam.
I was to say, yeah, QHD, yes, if that's a way of finding answers. That's what I thought as soon as you started talking, John. I was like, okay, we can find out more in a session, so let's book one in. But with myself in the session, it's been difficult actually to kind of maintain a balance because my teeth have been chattering. I also feel a little bit sick, which is normally happens when something energetically major. It's just how I process it. So when you do sacred medicine, and obviously that's a big part of it, but I don't really like it, but I know that it's a purge of some kind and some type of change. So a little bit uncomfortable of this last, especially towards the end of the session, because I know something's happened. But I'm cool with it as long as I stay grounded afterwards and understand it at my pace. Then I think that's really cool.
The other thing I was actually hearing to access the wisdom is journeying. So, and I know you, that's one of your specialties, Cam, is journeying, which makes me wonder what would happen if we did a journey together.
Online, you mean?
Well, I don't know if you could do it online or if we need to be there with him.
Yeah.
Well, you're just going to hit us with a journey in 5 minutes here. No, we'll keep that for a private session.
Oh, nobody wants to see me journeying. Tell you that. Not a podcast.
So just like you said, I can definitely feel a lot of energy still in that solar plexus region, and just asking for everything just to be rebalanced. They're really just saying just to keep allowing and ground your energy moving forward. It's kind of like if you think that your energy frequency is still held in a memory of what has been, so just assertively, it's almost like requesting to release that memory from the energy field so that it allows this new information to flow in. So you're like emptying the bucket before you bring more energy in, and this is, focusing on that inner light to clarify and weave in those that are shown threads of information, just weaving in, just to remember all this energy that is supporting the ascension process and is supporting the journey of what you're individually, what we are individually, as well as combined here, leading and opening, awakening others, gathering the tribe, the soul groups, the information that it just feels like going around and planting seeds and opening, and those seeds then being watered and sprouted and supported to really just grow strong for the new earth, because it feels like a newfound freedom, but the old memories don't get stuck in the old ways, because it's really about trusting the wisdom within and moving into that new vibration. So when things feel uncomfortable, don't fight it. Just go, I see you, I know you're there, and I'm ready to let you go. That doesn't belong anymore, and just really breathing in and really consciously letting it go.
Good advice. I was just sitting doing an open eye meditation there, and feeling my face all closing down again at my left side. It's that sort of. I'd love to find out whether that's beneficial or whether it's actually closing me down in a negative way. But that'll come at some point.
It feels to me like there's a fragmentation, and maybe I know we'll be together soon next month, and so maybe in person it's something we can really look at nutting out and addressing together.
Yeah, that'd be great, Susan.
Yeah. The energy definitely feels like it's releasing, because I can open my eyes again now and I can see you both. Yay, go us.
Susan, thank
When
you
you were
so
in
much.
full, sorry, Kam. When you were in full flow, I got so nervous and my face got really hot. Just in the last 15 to 20 minutes, it was really, because when you started, I was feeling, no, this is fine. Whether was going to happen with energy, and then it came on. It's fantastic. Thank you very
Are you
much.
both feeling okay?
I feel great. Yeah.
Good. Are you feeling any better, Kam? Is it releasing, letting go?
think so. I'm still a little bit, but I think it's, you look at the dots and you join them. I take Mambe regularly, but for various reasons in traveling, I haven't had any for over 3 weeks. But one of the effects of it is open communication, honest and truthful communication. And I had some today, cool, but the sick feeling I got, I still kind of have a little bit, and it happens at it's like the first time I ever had it. It's almost like it's unblocking something. So whatever it is, thank you, Susan, because I know it's whenever it settles down, something will have shifted, and yeah, I'm really appreciative of that. And thank you for jumping into this as well. We didn't know what was going to happen, and yeah, as John said, you were in a flow. You're just in a flow. We were just brilliant, brilliant to be part of it, observing it. It's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, that was really interesting. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to help that energy flow. Oh yeah, no worries. They're appreciative too. Cheers for that great big green tick on that contract. I can still see it in front of me. Tick, yeah, accepted.
Yeah, again, thinking about how this has started and how, you know, how you've come on board, with me and John. I know we'll be doing another one of these or however it's going to be. But yeah, it's amazing. We're not in control of this, whatever's going on.
Absolutely. Just keep trusting what you feel and following that. They're showing me it's kind of like an archaeological dig for you now. That it's sorry, I got a couple of different images, but yeah, they're showing me it's like an archaeological dig. So rediscovering aspects of selves that you've not really connected to. You may have had thoughts, but you're not really connected to previously. But they're also showing me with that great big green tick of a contract that it's almost like different galactic beings have come in. Here's the manual moving forward.
Brilliant.
But don't think of it like as in it's something you've got to learn externally. It's really about I was shown a while back. I'll show you this idea because it might be useful for others. But I created a book. Okay, so this book, and I made the pages look really old, and I blessed some water that I got from a lock in Scotland and painted all the pages, and they show me just to use it like my own information book. So like they've just shown us a manual. So this book is completely empty, but what do I need to know today? And I opened it to a page and I literally just meditate over that. And I feel like the information coming up into my nervous system and bloodstream. And I just set the intention that the memory within the evolutionary consciousness is going to awaken with what comes through from what I can't see logically in a 3D sense, but my soul knows the way, so I'm inviting it back in, and through inviting it back in, it'll be so. And that's trusting that what you're shown to do will be received. But it's a great little anchor point as well to receive that information. So here's your manuals.
Do we end this then? That was
I don't know.
With thanks to all those that have helped
Yeah,
us, and appreciation, and just consciously closing down those energy portals so we can all breathe and come back into our own space, reharmonize back into our individuality. And we'll just invite any support teams just to help with that integration with ease and grace. Thank you very much. It's a deep breath. And so it is.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, John. Lot
Amazing.
to process there, so we'll think about that until the next one. Is there anything you want to say, John, before we finish, or Susan?
Oh, just thank Susan for that. That was just amazing. Thank you very much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
All your guides. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day, dudes.